so far. Yeah. How's your week been? Everything been okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Brilliant. Tell me a bit more about yourself. I'd love to know more about you.
Well, I'm Divyanshi. I'm from India and I am 14 years.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So, have you got a particular reason that you're using Cambly at the moment? Are you studying for a particular reason?
Well, I want to improve my accent and be fluent in English. It's for
Brilliant.
myself.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, great. That will be fantastic for your future as well. Perhaps,
Yeah.
you'll use it in many ways. Brilliant. So I'm led to believe that in India you encounter English in a higher frequency than some places. But I do you encounter it very often in your day? Do you hear much English around you?
Well, in Hindi, the native language of
Yes.
India, it's more spoken here. But yeah, I think a lot of people know English and they can speak very well. Like
Mhm.
even in our family, almost everyone knows English and they can speak very well. But for me, like you in Cambly, you got to know a lot of people from different parts of the world, and you can learn from everyone. That's why I'm in here in Cambly.
I understand. Well, brilliant. You're sounding very good when you speak to me now. I think that's brilliant. So you've obviously been speaking for many years, I would assume. And
Yeah.
what age do you start learning English in India? What ages?
You start learning English from a very early age. I think like start from preschool. I think the age when you start like learning your native language is the same age as you start learning English. It's just that like we speak more in our native language, Hindi. That's why like you want to be in Cambridge to like improve your accent.
Oh, right.
It's
Oh,
pretty
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, that's a good age to start. This is the problem in the UK that we start learning a second language really
Oh,
like far too late. For example, I was a teenager before I started learning a second language, and when I was a teenager, I wasn't so interested, and I really regret that now. So, basically, we're very lazy in the UK when it comes to
yeah.
learning languages. Unfortunate, really. But I do have a desire to speak a second language one day. That would be brilliant. I'm trying, but not very good, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, that's fantastic. So it sounds like you're working very hard, and yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Have you ever visited the UK before?
Well, no, but I'm planning to. Well, like when I will grow up, I'll definitely visit UK.
Maybe for education, possibly. You might come here for that, or
Yeah, for traveling, for education, I will definitely visit UK.
fantastic. I also really wanted to go to India, and I nearly did. I've got my
Definitely, you
friend.
are welcome there.
Oh, it's a lovely place. My friend Kalapi and Amila, they lived in Mumbai, and they
Oh,
got married there. But typical of my friend Amila, she told me very last minute, "Oh, by the way, I'm getting married on this date. You can come to the wedding." About 3 weeks before the date, and so I had no chance to go and see it. Unfortunately, no chance to book it. But I really do want to see one day because I think your country is so inspiring. I think the people there are really friendly, at least I've
yeah,
met anyway. So it's a lovely place.
definitely. You will. I can guarantee that you will definitely enjoy here. You are welcome here.
Yeah, I'd also love to sort of take a trip to Sri Lanka. So I'd love to do that at the same time. Go to India and
Oh,
Sri Lanka would be
yeah,
ideal if I could do that.
yeah,
It's lovely. And some amazing food and amazing sights too. So it's all a good combination as far as I'm concerned. So yeah. Have you ever sort of explored much of India? Have you had the chance to go to many places at all?
well, I have been a lot of places in India. Like I'm currently living in the capital state, Delhi, and
Lovely.
like I have been to many states like Jammu Kashmir, Bihar, and Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. Like a lot of states I have visited. Not like overall all India. It's pretty
Yeah.
hard, but yeah, I have visited a lot of states in India.
Fantastic. I think when I was your age, um, I don't think I had explored much of the UK, and maybe that's still the case, I'm ashamed to say. But I was so lucky that my parents took me to Italy a few times when I was younger.
Oh,
So I had a bit of a um, sort of interesting insight into seeing the rest of the world. And Greece I went to when I was very, very young. Um, I think I'm also one of those what they call late bloomer type people. So I
mhm.
unfortunately didn't explore the world till I was a lot, not properly until I was a lot later in my life. And that's one thing I really regret, because it's best to go in good health and see these places while you're young, I think. It really
Yeah.
is. Gotta do it. Um, I hope you do that in the future. You go to explore some great places, but
Yeah,
pretty,
definitely. I will follow your advice.
fantastic. I realized that there are some absolutely incredible places out there over the years, and um, I've got the sort of exploration bug now, as they call it. So I really want to sort of do more and more of this, and um, yeah, hopefully in the coming years I will do that, and that's my big plan right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Um, oh, so going back to sorry, going back to the language side of things, I wanted to mention something to you. Are you aware of a website called Uglish? Have you ever seen this before?
I don't think so. Can you again say the name of the website?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, oh, that would help if I put it into the chat box here. I
Mm.
really love this website. It's completely free, and I just want
Ah,
to. I mean, I realize you're a very high level learner. I can tell from speaking to you, but maybe you've got a certain word you're not sure how to pronounce, or maybe a word that
yeah,
you want
definitely.
to look up. Go to Uglish, type it in, and you can hear um, like in American English, if you prefer that, or British English, whatever you prefer,
Ah,
that's available there, and you can read along with the text that's said in there. So I thought that might be of interest to you, possibly to you.
yeah, it's interesting. I think actually it will help me a lot. Like there are a lot of words that I think I can't pronounce correctly, like in different accents. That will definitely help me. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for your advice.
Oh, I hope you have fun on that. It's absolutely superb. I recommend it to so many people. It really is great. So I'm interested. Is that the area you struggle with most? Is sort of pronunciation of certain words? Is that your main problem? Would you say, or not problem? Main area to
As for the problems, I would say yeah, some words like I know like words to pronounce in Indian accent definitely. I live in India, but like for different accents, like all around the world, like there are
yeah,
different pronunciations for word, and I want to work on that, like to
sure.
improve my accent and to be fluent in English for like um to be at different parts of the world if I travel and in the future.
Great. Wow, you're very passionate about hearing different forms of English and trying to sort of
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, I when I meet quite a lot of people from across India from time to time, and I think that sometimes accents are much stronger from certain people. I don't hear it so much of you, so I think that if that's something you want to, remove possibly, then I think the thing is just to keep on surrounding yourself with all these different examples of English, and that.
Actually, it depends on the area you're living in India. Like even in
Uh-huh,
India,
uh-huh,
Hindi is not like the language that you have to speak and like not a
yeah,
complete language in all over the India. Like there are definitely many languages in all over India. Like
yes, oh yeah,
depending on different regions and states. So like they have different accents to speak English too. So I
yeah,
would say that that's why it was like some people like have hard accents and different accents
yeah.
from me. I would say that's exactly what it is, I think.
So would you get sort of like in this country we've got like the Northern England accent is a nightmare to understand because it's so um like thick sounding, and the London accent is a bit like, all right, governor, how you doing? If people talk like that from there, they sound like that,
Yeah,
which is really because I think most people, I assume, are used to like RP accents. So is there like a form of that in India where you hear very different variations of like in,
Definitely. Even in our like language, Hindi, there are different types of people like from different regions speaking the same word like on different forms, different accents, and like and definitely I can like say as I said before in English, a lot of people like I have different accent. My father have like I think a similar accent, but
oh,
a
right.
person from like South India will have a different accent, a completely
Yeah.
different accent from me. That's
Huh.
because it depends on the region where you are and it depends on the language and accents you are like comfortable in speaking.
I suppose because your dad's from a different region and you've grown up hearing the
Yeah,
regional accent there, you've picked up that, I assume, because you're local there.
yeah,
That, and that's the kind of similar thing that's happened in my area a bit, because I'm in an area called Somerset, and people kind of talk a bit like that here. They got this kind of country accent, and
yeah,
I don't have that at all. And I think it's because my mum's roots are in Wales, which is on the left-hand side of the country, and
yeah,
my dad's roots are in north of England, in Yorkshire. Yet he didn't have that accent from his parents, and he travelled to here and moved to here. And so I guess that in a generation that of your your sons or daughters, they don't pick up that accent. And a lot of people say,
yeah.
why don't you have that accent? And I say, well, I just didn't. I wasn't surrounded by people that had the accent, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like my parents are from Bihar state
Yeah,
from India, and like I grew up in Delhi, as I said before, capital city of India, and like I have heard my parents talking in like their language, but like I can understand them, but I can speak well that language
yeah,
from my region. Like my native place is Bihar. Like I
mm,
grew up in Delhi, but like definitely my native place is Bihar. I can't understand very well, but like I
yeah,
can't, speak that exact same thing as my parents do. So
yeah,
it depends on where you grew up, like what you pick up. That's definitely what surrounding
mm,
you're from,
mm,
what kind of like people you are in between, what kind of
mm.
accent they speak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very very interesting. There's I mean, obviously, I'm surrounded by people from around the world every day that I speak to, and
Yeah.
you hear sort of their own variations of English and things like that, and it's interesting because some people's approaches are so different, and you hear like really exceptional language learners in certain locations, but in the same day you might see people that just don't they're not exposed to English in their day, for
Mm,
example, so they can't pick up on those qualities in their own
yeah.
language speaking. But I completely admire anyone that's on that journey to learning language. It's incredible, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time, time and effort for sure. I think, yeah, keep on learning and keep on finding your goals, and your passion for learning language is the key thing. I always say that to people. Find your passion and it will go from there. And then it's not a chore, because some people make it into a chore. If you can
Yeah.
make it fun, that is the way to keep on going with your language learning, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you study at all? Any books or anything? I don't suppose you
Well,
need.
I studied English from like one preschool, and I still have English as a subject, and I think
Right.
I am pretty fluent. I know like I can speak well in English right now, like because like I started learning from preschool, so it's
Yeah.
become a habit right now.
Fantastic. I think it's brilliant. I'm really glad to have met you as well today. I really want to wish you all the best, and I hope we speak again
Okay, thank
sometime.
you.
Have a
Thank you very
great
much. Yeah,
evening. Enjoy
definitely.
it.